All right, welcome back to another episode of Who You Got. I'm Greg, he's Jimmy, and as always, Thursday night, Ryan is with us. We got a big show for you tonight because the Red Sox and Yankees are going at it right over my shoulder as we speak. We got football, we got it all. So again, look at the bottom of the screen here. Just kidding, because if you're looking at the bottom of the screen, you're watching it. So if you're listening, I'll just tell you what it says. Follow us on X and Instagram at WhoYouGot33, and please hit that like, subscribe button after watching and recommending us to a friend. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch some of the shorts. All right, we're going to start right here. MLB, Jimmy. Tigers move on. Your Guardians going home. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought after game one, I didn't think they could win two in a row. What a pitching duel game one was. I got to watch that game start to finish. I really thought Cleveland had a shot. But after they lost that game, I was just happy they won one. They kept it. It was close today. It was 1-1, I think, going into the fourth, and then the Tigers just blew it up. It is what it is. I didn't think Cleveland was going to be there anyway. I didn't follow them real closely this year. As I pointed out, I followed the Mets real closely. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier in the year that it'd be cool to see the Tigers in a meaningful games, and now we will see them there.
Yeah, I mean, look, they were one of the better teams in baseball, and they went on a big skid, and, they got it right. They won a series they should have against the Guardians, and they move on to Seattle. And I think they'll have a good shot against Seattle. I think that'll be a very competitive series with Skubal pitching at least one game, maybe two with the day off here, and let's see what they can do against Seattle. The Cubs move on. Cubs take care of the Padres at home. They lose game 2, but win game 3. It literally just finished about a minute ago. And now I'm going to give Jimmy the forum to apologize for his dickhead comment about Pete Crow Armstrong. Jimmy, he went 3 for 4 today. If you'd like to apologize, it's fine. I'll listen.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to apologize yet because we've got more series to play. But in our Who You Got account, we bet Mr. Crow Armstrong's batting average to be over. I think it was 258 or something like that. I don't remember the number, but it wasn't happening through 2 games. And then tonight he redeemed himself. And the good news is we now have a series for him to continue on. So I do hope if he gets over the hump, they lose that game. Series closes, our bet cashes, we move on with our lives.
We'll move on with our lives. I think it's going to cash. Jimmy did a great thing here, Ryan. He didn't listen to me, and he actually bet the reverse of what I said on Judge, and he bet the over batting average, so that also looks good. So, yeah. Well done there. Cubs move
nice
on.
Work, gents.
Oh, that was a good one. I'll fly down first.
There are times I go opposite myself, for real. Like, I think this is going to happen. Wait. I'm always wrong on this team. Reverse.
Yeah, no.
The opposite.
That's what I tried to do last year quite a bit with Kansas, but I couldn't reverse my reverse. Everything I did, it just kept losing.
I'm monitoring the football, and somebody on San Francisco just had to hit him in the face and, bounce off and then got mauled in a run. It was crazy. On a punt.
So, what are we?
Mac Jones.
All right, so Jones is coming out, all right, in the football game. All right, baseball, back to that real quick. So the Cubbies move on, and here we go. We're getting what we want. We get Cubs, Brewers, we get Dodgers, Phillies in the NL.
Yeah, what do you think? Great matchups, great rivalries, great matchups, very exciting. Yeah. I got to tell you, though, the Dodgers look, I know they're playing the Reds snuck in at the last minute, but the Dodgers look scary. They look like the Dodgers we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year. I mean, what's the early line on that series?
Let's look it up right now.
The Dodgers have to be favored at this point. I would be shocked if they were not.
I think I've just moved to 194. FYI.
But yeah, they look great. Ohtani looked. I mean, yeah, they looked really, really good. Ohtani, I believe, is going to be pitching game 1, which is wild.
That's fantastic. What great TV that's going to be.
Dodgers minus 125, Brewers minus 135, Mariners minus 165 divisional series odds.
I mean, I think that's a pretty good bet on the Dodgers.
I'm taking the Fighting Phils. What are we doing?
Yeah.
As you guys know, I don't follow it till the playoffs, but man, Brew Crew, come on. When's the last time we heard they were good? It's fantastic.
They're very
right
good.
Out of the 70s.
Yeah.
The Brewers made some good runs. Yeah. They just never got over the hump. They could never get it done, but they had some good teams.
They've never made real noise that in my lifetime that I can recall. They've never had
one a few years ago.
They didn't win. They haven't won a World Series.
Okay.
No, they've never had a monster player. There's nobody you can think of that's huge on them. I don't know. I'm just excited for them.
Me too.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm playing the Cubs. Good rivalry game
Great.
series. It'll be fantastic. Yeah, the baseball playoffs are so good, and the regular season is so brutally long. Unless you're really dialed into a team, it's
Wouldn't
unbelievable.
it
Agreed. I
be
watched 2 innings of Chicago tonight, and it was awesome, man. There was a home run, and then someone hit it to the fence or to the wall. Um, Amazing. Everyone was jumping up and down. And what was the final score? It was 4-0 when I was watching. I didn't see the last inning.
final score of which game?
Cubs 3-0. Then it was. Yeah, awesome.
2018, the Brewers moved on to the NLCS.
Okay.
They got somewhere in the last
And
how many years?
Who got a chip? The Royals got a chip a few years ago, right?
Royals got a chip a few years
Yeah,
ago.
Royals got a chip. That was the small market team that's traditionally bad. But the Brewers have been the Brewers have been a solid club, and they've had a few good years where I feel like the Royals just caught lightning in a bottle briefly and went all the way.
And in 82, they went to the ALCS. And they might have reached the World Series, excuse me. In 82.
You said 82. That's
82,
a long time ago.
82, they won. 82, they won the American League. Yeah, they went to the World Series, lost to the Cardinals because they were in the American League, and I'm assuming that was Robin Yount and Paul Molitor.
Maybe. You might be right. Yeah.
Look it up. 2 Hall of Fame Brewers right there. All right, so that's who I'm going with. I'm taking Phillies, Brewers, and God, I just got to take them because of the nickname. I got to go with the Mariners and the Big Dumper. Can't not bet the Big Dump.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on both, except for the Phillies. I'm going to go Dodgers. They just looked awesome.
Well, that's because you're a grade 1 chalk muncher.
Yeah, I mean they're minus 125. I'm not. It's not like a wild.
But they're the defending champions who would have been minus 300 if they won 110 games this year. Like,
hey, we were talking. Yeah, I know, but we were talking about it. Like maybe they weren't as good as we thought they were. They seemed like they were going to be the beginning of the year, and they sure as hell look like that team. These 2 games against the Reds.
Well, we have a few Philly fans who listen to this. I hope they punch you right in the kidney for your pick.
Yeah, those Philly. They really love their Phils too.
They do. All right. Well,
that city has great fans. You can't argue that, whether you like the teams or not. They are great, dedicated fans.
That's why I'm leaning that way, Ryan. The home field advantage in Philly. I just think they'll get it done there.
It's enormous.
But speaking of punched in the kidneys, Jimmy, it's time for the 5 minutes I zone out. Tell us about the UFC.
Fantastic, because Ryan likes UFC, so we can get right into it. I'm going to cover a couple of fights. So I'm going to start with Joe Pyfer is fighting Magomedov. I'm going to go back to the well on this one. The last time we bet on Joe Pyfer, we bet him to win by knockout. He's fighting, I believe it was Kevin Gastelum. He should have got a knockout. He won the fight, but he just couldn't take him out. I'm going to do the same thing again. Pyfer by knockout plus 110. Because I don't think he loses the fight, but the guy hits like a ton of bricks. So I think that's the only way to play that, and I will take it. Next, Khalil Roundtree is fighting Yuri Prochazka. Now, they both lost to Alex Pereira, who we'll talk about in a minute, the main event, and they both beat Jamal Hill. Their last 2 fights are the same. Same 2 opponents, same results. Roundtree looked really good against Jamal Hill. Prochazka, for a minute, looked like he was going to be the next great at light heavyweight, and it never kind of came to fruition. So I'm going to go with the dog here. Give me Roundtree plus 164 to win the fight. Next, we'll talk about the co-main event just because we should. It's Merab Valashvili versus Corey Sandhagen. Sandhagen, I don't see a world in which he can win this fight. I'm surprised he got a title fight. He lost to Magomedov, then he came back and beat Davison Figueiredo, who was a championship for a long time at a smaller weight class and is a little long in the tooth. And to come out of that and get a shot, it's just because Merab's cleaned out the division. Like, Sandhagen is not in his class. So but you can't bet it because it's Merab minus 410. It's very wrong. Take Merab to win by decision. I think Sandhagen's tall enough. He's lanky enough. He's a veteran. I think he'll make it through the fight, but he'll lose a decision. So you can get that down to 250, and I think that's worth laying. So play Merab to win by decision at minus 250. And last but not least, the main event. Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev. Now, this fight was one of the first fights we picked, and we picked it correctly. Ankalaev went in and took the belt. We had him at plus money. I thought he was going to win. A lot of people thought he was going to wrestle because where he's from, but that wasn't his game. He went in and outclassed him on the feet, but he didn't kill Pereira. And Pereira is thought of as one of the greatest fighters of all time. If he won that fight, they talked about, will he move to heavyweight and fight heavyweight for the belt? because he could probably make that jump. Fought at 185 for a long time, moved to 205 with no problem, and the guy's big enough to move up. He's had 25 minutes to fight this guy and figure out his tendencies, and if he's an all-time great fighter, and you're going to give me him at plus money, I'm going to take him in the rematch. So give me Alex Pereira at plus 230. So again, we've got Roundtree plus 164, Pereira plus 230, Pfeiffer by KO at plus 110. The only one we're laying juice on is the Merab Valashvili fight. It'll go to it. He'll win, but he'll win by decision, minus 250. That's what I got.
What's your take on Ju Sang Yu?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm betting him plus 124. I like the name.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's a good reason.
Seems like a winner.
Yeah, it's close enough.
So I chipped in. 8:15 fight time. Ju Sang Yu.
Ju Sang Yu. I'm sure we're pronouncing it right.
Oh.
But what could go wrong? Patchy Mix is fighting on this card, but you got to lay 310s, way too much. Yeah. Hey, Ju Sang Yu, let's go. Getting plus money.
Get it done plus 124. I was looking for something in that 120 to 160 range, and he jumped out.
And he scratches the itch.
He does. So we'll be betting that. I'm going to bet something. That's what I always say. All right. I think we'll go here next because we haven't talked to Ryan since it happened, but
oh god,
the Ryder Cup was a disaster. We made a charge back and made it respectable with the final score, 15-13. But as more and more of this shit comes out, I gotta say, like 2027 or 2029 when it's back here, they gotta calm these fans down. You can't be fucking throwing beers at Rory's wife. Like, what are we doing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, there's no problem razzing people, taking shots, but throwing beers at the players' wives, like, it's just such a fucking awful look for us and verifies everything the European players say about us. Everything.
Yeah, it's a bad look. I'm trying to figure, like, I'm assuming that people got kicked out immediately after they did this.
You know what, Jimmy, before you even go, where do you guys all think Erica's from? She's not from Ireland. She's from here. Stop throwing beers at her.
Yeah, well,
what's wrong with you people?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's got to be a limit. I mean, it was really fun to watch. I gotta tell you. But Rory, like, you know, I like Rory. I got no problem with him. If he's got to say fuck you, and fuck you over and over again, like, we've pushed him too far. He's used to reserving himself. You know what I mean? Being professional, being polite. You know, that European style. And I mean, I think we went too far. I loved watching it. Don't get me wrong. We sucked most of the time, but a Sunday was fun to watch. We almost came back. It was unlikely, but it was very spirited, but too spirited at times.
Yeah, this isn't the Waste Management Open, everybody. It's the fucking Ryder Cup. Calm the fuck down.
You can't do that at any sporting event. It's just like the people that fuck with athletes because they've got, like, you know, when they're coming out of the tunnel or going back into the locker room in the NBA. Like, you gotta, you can't. Like, you gotta provide safety for the players and their families. Like, it can't cross that line. You can say whatever you want, but you can't cross the line of throwing things or being physical.
Look, Waste Management Open, they should basically put for the players, play at your own risk. These guys hit holes in one, and they peg them with beers on 16, 17, whichever.
And there's barricades. You can't get out. Like, there's nowhere to go.
That's an event that I would sign up to go to. Like, anybody wants to do a little guys trip for a sporting event, Waste Management Open.
But Ryan, to your point, like, I give Rory all the credit in the world to look at our fans and say, shut the fuck up, and then stuff it to 3 feet. I mean, well done.
Yeah, sir. I love the competitiveness. I'm just saying, when you push a guy that hard that's used to being, like, above respectable, you know what I mean? I mean, he's a spirited guy. I like the dude, don't get me wrong. But, like, I mean, when you push him far enough to blatantly just verbalize that kind of stuff, you've gone too far.
You have. So. I agree. It's too bad. It was a bad look. Hopefully we redeem ourselves in 2029 and don't throw beers and shit at the players' wives. It would be a good move. And then we got this dumb comedian who was acting at an MC, and she starts in with the "fuck you, Rory." Like, what do you do? Like, what did you think was going to happen?
She got fired from a job. I forget what job. Yeah.
What did she think was going to happen? Like, people were going to applaud her?
It's idiocy. But what's going to happen now? We go to Europe. What are they going to do? I mean, shoot somebody on the first tee? Like,
they're gonna They're going to beat us 17-11. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
That's probably right.
It's 100 years, right?
Oh, I didn't know that, but good fact if it is.
I think it's 100 years of Ryder Cup. Yeah, I believe the next one in Europe it's a thing. When do they announce where they're playing? Is that stuff already picked, like the Olympics is far ahead of time, or is it?
Yeah, you can go on and look. I think they have the next few listed. These two, I got to tell you, these two pitchers for Yankees, Red Sox, two rookies. I mean, they are just dealing already. We're in the second inning. This guy's thrown 100.
Oh, I switched over to the football.
The Red Sox dude came up, early September, they said? Did I read that right?
Yeah, they were born in 2001 and 2002.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, these guys are pitching.
We're such failures.
Yeah, these guys are pitching a do-or-die game at Yankee Stadium, and we're sitting here drinking bourbon, listening to Jimmy's UFC takes. Where did life go wrong?
Those are...
All right, speaking of Jimmy's takes, can we talk about that idiot you drafted in the 5th round? I mean, what is he doing? Not miming answers to try to make a point. He looks like an absolute asshole. And there's his dad backing him up. Well done, son. Another dope.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dumb move, but can we just be happy that Joe Flacco's on the bench and Dylan Gabriel's starting?
He did exactly what you said Monday when you went bananas on this show.
Well, yeah, because if they didn't do it, like Kevin Stefanski should be fucking fired. So he shouldn't now because they did, and I'm convinced that Deshaun Watson shit was the obvious reasons, the money. But like, there's no reason to continue to play Joe Flacco when the season's dead. Like, you got to see what you've got. Now they should have made Shador the second quarterback, not Joe Flacco. But maybe
what they should do is cut him. He's a moron.
No, they should make him the second, get him some time, and see if they can get a 3rd or 4th round pick for him. If they were being smart about business, they'd find a way to highlight him and then trade him. Even if they got a 4th round for him, you got a 4th for the 5th. You know what I'm saying? So if they found a way to highlight this kid and show that he can play a little bit. Now, if he can't play, or if he's being a pain in the ass in the locker room, which nothing's come out about that, it's a different story. But yeah, he should have just said nothing in that situation. But it's
Dan
the Browns.
Orlovsky nailed it. And for me to say that, you know my story about Danny O. Like, you come on here anytime and scream at me, punch me in the face. I deserve it for our time at UConn when I harassed you. He's a great commentator, and he is spot on by saying, hey, you can't act like that as a quarterback. There's 64 of these jobs. Act like a pro. Answer the question. Toe the company line. Say the right thing, because that's what you get paid to do. Don't be a dope. Is basically what Danny O said. And RG3 basically backed him up and said, yeah, you got to be like Dak. Sometimes you just got to answer the questions the right way, be vanilla, move on. Don't make it about you. You're a fucking 3rd-string quarterback.
You got to be humble and realize these guys don't have to pay you. They just don't.
No.
I mean, there's a CBA, but like that doesn't apply once you're not valuable, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Orlovsky's other point was like every time you speak, it's a job interview for other
100%.
teams, right?
And it's a great comment by him.
Yeah, so he's right about all of that. The issue is, like I said, it was a dumb move. It is what it is. Like, he is the 3rd-string quarterback, so I don't put as much stock into it. If his name wasn't Shador Sanders, they wouldn't be interviewing a 3rd-string quarterback, right? No other 3rd-string quarterbacks get interviewed in the league, right? So, like, right. It's so. You know, he gets the attention because of his name, because he is who he is. Maybe the kid can play at some point. Is he being immature and annoying? He is. But you know the kind of shit I did when I was 23, and he's not breaking any laws. Cleveland's not going to keep him. My aggravation is exactly what I said. Cleveland should be trying to find a way to make him, even if he's not great, look better than he is and upgrade one round. They should be trying to find a 4th round pick for him and figuring out how to do that and move on.
Take a breath and listen to me. When you were 23, you were making $7 an hour somewhere.
Yeah, roughly.
This guy is on the path to make millions if he just does it the right way. There's a big freaking difference. He's paid to be mature. He's paid to toe the company line. He's paid to act like a professional. And his dad should do him a favor and tell him that instead of backing up his immature behavior. His dad was in the league for years and one of the best players in the history of the game. Set an example.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get that out of him. So,
but that's a problem, though, right? Like, you've got to assess that. That's how he dropped from low 1st round or whatever people were talking about to 5th round. But he's got to do better, man. He's got to understand. There's something called humility. It's an important word in life. I don't care if you're talking relationships, professional stuff, whatever it is. Like, if you're not humble, like, no one has to pay you. And great, that guy's going to top out at, let's call it $50 million really easily. piece of cake, right? He fades out in the league and falls out of favor and loses sponsorships and whatever else. He's still going to clear 50 mil easy. He's doing well. However, if you want to be successful and really build your brand, what he's doing is not how you do it.
100%.
I'm not disagreeing with either of you either. But my other thing when we talk about all this, like, why are we like, it's not shocking. Like, he dropped for, like, all of it's on brand, right? Like, so that's my other take on it. Like, what Shador did this weird pantomiming thing to the reporters, yeah, and he dropped to the 5th round when he was thought to be, whether you agree with it or not, a first round talent because he blew all the interviews and nobody wanted to draft him. Like, this isn't, at some point, believe people when they tell you who they are. So, like us worrying about it anymore, what about the 3rd string quarterback on the worst team in the NFL? Like, it's only a story because his last name is Sanders and he's already a rich kid, right? Like, that's why it's a story. But, like, I don't spend a lot of time worrying about it because I didn't want to, like, I wasn't begging Cleveland to draft Shador Sanders and they didn't waste a lot of draft capital on him. I wish they would play it better to try to get something back for him instead of just having to cut him. So from a business perspective, but it doesn't seem shocking. It doesn't. I'm not defending him, but I was like, all right, well, he did that. He's a 3rd string quarterback. Like, I don't give a shit. That's kind of my opinion on it.
Yeah,
I can appreciate that, but I would also say that, like, I think we're going to see Gabriel play the first half, and if something goes bad and they're down 10 or 14, I think you throw Shador in there and just see what you got between those two guys. Just flip them back and forth. Because we got to know.
Yeah, that's the whole reason this thing came out is because they're not going to do that. Theoretically, they're going to put Flacco back in if that's the case.
I get that's what's on paper, but that may not happen, right? We've already seen that, like you said.
Maybe we're worried about Dylan Gabriel getting hurt. I think they got to let him play through whatever goes wrong. Because Cleveland's defense, look, from a football standpoint, Cleveland's defense is absolutely stellar. So if they can get anything going on offense, Greg made a good point earlier off air that Minnesota's defense is awesome too. They're not going to let Dylan Gabriel, a rookie quarterback, come and walk all over them because if you watch the games with Flacco, it wasn't all Flacco. They had everybody's dropping catches. It's brutal to watch the Cleveland offense right now, and it's depressing because their defense is so good that if they just had a functional offense, if they had fucking Baltimore's offense from 2000, they'd be better off than they are right now. Like, so it is what it is. But again, as a Browns fan, I just look at the totality of it. It's about right. We'll talk about the Jets at some point. Jets are jetsing as well this year. It's what bad teams, bad organizations do. It's how they perform, it's how they handle things.
Yeah, I'll say 2 more things. First, look, the guy might not know where the back of the end zone is, but Dan Orlovsky, he is the best analyst right now on ESPN when it comes to NFL. Everything he says, I'm like, yeah, this guy's spot on. Like, he knows his shit and he makes great points. So if you're not listening to this guy, I encourage you, go listen to Dan Orlovsky. Again, got to teach him where the back of the end zone is, but God, he makes great points. And he owes me a punch in the face. So all around, good dude. And my last point, back to what Ryan said, is I want to make sure that didn't go out of the park. Is Dylan Gabriel? Look, this guy was hunting natties. Like, they are not the same. Like, this guy was hunting natties and Heisman trophies. Shador Sanders played at a Big 5 school, Power 4 school, because his dad was the coach. All right, I don't think he gets that job if Deion doesn't go to Colorado.
Yeah, probably true.
I'm not against that idea. My point is just, why keep both of them, right? They're both the same thing at the moment in a general sense, right? You're either going to pick one, you're not going to pick 2 of them. So why waste time if you're not sure?
I don't think you can give Dylan Gabriel just a half of football in his rookie year. I think you got to start him in the next 7 to 8 games and see what happens.
I don't even know the guy. I'm just saying, if Shador is what we think he is, just some superstar kind of pretend, like, all brand, and he comes out in the NFL and he's not good enough, get rid of him. Like, there's no point in having that distraction. That's a poison in the locker room.
No, but I don't, the idea of drafting 2, I don't hate the idea. I just don't like how they're handling it now. And maybe it's because how Shador's acting, but I always thought that, like, sometimes you strike gold in the 5th round on a positional player, but most of the time they become, they're not your everyday guy. It for sure happens. There's a ton of examples of how it happens. But, like, if you don't have the guy in your quarterback room, why not take a flyer on a 5th round quarterback every year? Just because somebody's going to. Dak was a 4th round quarterback. The Brady's, the Purdy's. Like, you might hit at some point. I'd want as many in my locker room as you could. It didn't work out in the long run, but RG3 and Kirk Cousins was a setup that ended up working out. So I don't mind taking them. I just think they're handling it wrong. Shador's handling it wrong. And again, that's what happens when you bring someone with a potential personality issue to an organization that doesn't know how to handle people. This happens, right?
And that's my point. Like, you don't want these stories coming out. Who cares? Who gives a shit what he's doing? He's not even on the field. Doesn't matter.
Right.
So find out what he can do and get rid of him if you want to.
And for all of you, those of you who tuned out, because we just talked about the Browns for 7 minutes, welcome back, because I'm sure we're almost through it.
Yeah, and for everyone like us who went all in on the Rams on Survivor, get ready for this will be the explosion of Survivor. How do you fall behind? Only the Matt Stafford and the Rams could fall behind to a team that's literally a who's who of the practice squad right now.
Yeah, this is 7-0, third. Come on, stop them! Don't let them get the first.
Let's go, Mac.
Okay, good.
Back on the Mac train.
They got to go for it here, right? Are you ahead of us here, Ryan? Behind us? What is it? What are you seeing on your screen?
I'm not watching. I'm watching the Red Sox, who are trying to get out of a leadoff double here.
They're on announcers right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Fourth and
So
one.
I have the Red Sox up too.
Cleveland Browns debate. We'll get into that game later with a pick. All right, where do you boys want to go next? To my next topic or a question for Ryan? Because we have a question.
Jesus.
We have a question from the audience for Ryan. Where should we go? Jimmy knows what it is. Ryan, I'll let you pick. Next topic, or would you like your question from one of our listeners?
I'll take my question, but before I want to say that San Francisco has 124 yards. The Rams have 7 or 9.
Well done, man.
That's not great. Let's go,
All
Mac.
right.
Going 4 on 4. 4-1. Let's go.
One of our listeners would like to know, and your take, about getting your teeth knocked into your face during a flag football game and then having to go to the hospital.
God, that was such a great story. Wow. Thank you, teammate, whoever you are.
Thank you, Brian
you a long
in Jersey.
time.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. So, nice young gentleman who I don't believe works for the company anymore was crossing. I caught a nice out route, and his forehead hit my teeth. And my dad, who was fine, had my, let's say, my three-year-old and 1-year-old at the time. It was really good. So I had tons of diapers and stuff. We were almost in Rhode Island, which was nice. And yeah, I got 14 stitches right here. 7 inside, 7 outside. And actually, that's a mirror. It's this side, I think. Can't remember anyway. Yeah, I got a diaper to the face, and my vice president drove me to the hospital while my dad took my car with the 2 literal babies. Wife was at home with another baby. It's great. It's a really good time.
How did that phone call go to the wife when you're on your way to the hospital from a flag football game?
It didn't go well. But luckily, the surgeon, who was this dude that drove up in a BMW, was able to take me because the hospital said because it's on your face, we can't mess with it. So this surgeon drove up at a different place and set up his own stuff. No nurse. I'm taking needles that I have no idea. He has no idea how he's setting them up. He's like, I apologize, I haven't set this up in a while. Oh, okay, good. But then I was in incredible pain, and my boss at the time, the Honorable AL4, told me, hey, man, you're not working this week. I said, I think that's a great idea. I look terrible. My face is out to here. You know, it's a mess. Company football game. I mean, when I tell you that I took, let's call him Dan, that's his real first name, his forehead to my face, I went down, and someone else named Chris, I jumped up, and Chris grabbed me by the chest and put me on the ground. He said, you're staying down. And because it was just squirting out of my face. Well, then when I took the diaper off my face, when I got to the plastic surgeon eventually, it started spouting again, just like a horror movie. It was really weird.
Oh my
Great
God.
time. So thanks for whoever queued up that story. It was wonderful. By the way, NEAC never lost a fucking game. And the one time I covered Chris, we'll call him, who was about 6'2", probably 205, didn't catch a ball, and I think I had at least a pick or 2. Throwing that out there to the fans.
I think Chris is his actual name.
That's his first name, yes. It's a different Chris than you guys are probably thinking. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Would his last name start with a C?
No,
I think it's under the K.
potentially.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Cove, who we all love and know, that's a different person who was always on my team and an incredible player. Shout out to Cove, dude. That dude is old as fuck, just like me. Not quite as old, but super fast. Has a cannon. Just incredible attitude. Fantastic dude.
Well, you'd be happy to know we don't do anything fun like play flag football games anymore, so nobody gets hurt.
Well,
Still shouting out to Cub, man. Great back in NEAC. AL, a bunch of people back there.
I'm impressed you remember the NEAC part. I was trying to remember letters earlier, and I got nothing.
NEAC for life, maybe.
Yeah,
I almost got a tattoo once.
You don't remember the dopey shirts?
Oh, yeah, we had those. I'm not even being funny. That was a serious thing. And there's like progeny of that group. I could give you all their short names too if you want.
No, I'll fight them all.
Yeah. You can think of who was next. That's all you gotta know.
EAB2 for life. 1-0 Yankees. Is that what I'm saying?
No, not yet.
Oh, is he out? No, he's safe. Yeah, I must be ahead of you guys. Yeah, 1-0 Yankees. All right.
Nice.
Question. Taylor Swift downloads of the new album that drops tomorrow. Over under 6 million. Day one.
Over.
I'll give you a triple.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going
18
over
million.
because apparently there's 5 million in pre-saves.
That was an unbelievable slide. I'm sorry to interrupt. The slide that got that run was unbelievable.
Oh,
corner of the plate, full layout, amazing.
What happened? I'm back to 0-0. Is it a foul ball?
Oh, it must have been. Oh my God, there was a throw and everything.
Yeah, I was watching replays. Yeah, it must have been a foul ball.
All right, sorry about that.
All right, it's fine. So apparently, according to news sources, there's 5 million pre-saves already on Spotify. So I'm going to say we get 8-9 million downloads in the first 24 hours.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. They had a thing in the city.
Jimmy, time out real quick. Flag off, Yanks. 0-0. Foul ball. Thank you. We'll move to the third. Go ahead.
Yeah, there was a thing in the city. They set up this like this pop-up room just with like clues about the album, and there's lines around the block to go into this room. That was like a Spotify pop-up or some shit, or one of those. Yeah, it's wild. So it'll I'm sure it'll be big. And she's doubling down, saying this album is going to be awesome. So we shall see.
Ryan, we had this debate on this show before. Interested to hear your take. I said Taylor Swift is probably the biggest superstar we'll ever see in our lifetimes in Club 81. Bigger than Michael Jackson, bigger than Madonna, bigger than whoever, you name them. Do you agree or disagree?
I think I agree. And I don't know a whole lot about her other like music-wise, but I just know she is phenomenal. Like, everybody knows her. It doesn't matter who you are, old, young, girl, boy, everybody knows her stuff. She's generating a ton of money. She's doing it on her own and like putting extra effort. I mean, who has 3.5-hour concerts nowadays, you know? And she's doing those crazy costume changes, 11 to 15 a time. She's got all the girls. I got girls. They don't love her, but they know her, you know, and they don't hate her.
Look,
it's a huge market.
You have 12 albums. You like your concerts have to become 3.5 hours, or else you're not even that you're playing your deep cuts. You're not playing your singles, right? Like that's what's wild.
I understand that, but that's effort, man.
Oh
right?
Yeah, I agree.
She could easily do an hour and a half or 2 hours, you know, with a callback, and still charge the same money. People go.
Oh yeah.
She instead goes above and beyond that.
Well, Jimmy, it was a good run in Survivor. We'll be joining a 5th chance pool by tomorrow.
Yeah, and San Francisco's about to score again.
Thank you, Rams. You guys are fucking awful.
They have -6 passing yards in the first quarter.
Here's my follow-up question. Curious to hear both your answers, and then I'll give mine. Michael Jordan, his prime. Tiger Woods, his prime. Taylor Swift now. Who's more recognizable worldwide?
I'll say mine with a caveat. Taylor Swift for sure, but Michael Jordan was pre-social media, right, and all of that shit. I think that it hurts his case there. But I think Taylor Swift probably for sure.
Ryan, what do you think?
I'm gonna be very predictable here, boys. You know the answer. It's gonna be Michael Jordan, and I don't mean like in the late '80s or anything like that. But once that dream team happened and Michael Jordan went worldwide, if you want to talk like 92, 93. I mean, he was on McDonald's, everything. There's 46,000 restaurants. He was everywhere, and all the Europeans weren't really around yet. That he was their idol. You know, I know there were a couple. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Kukoc and whoever else were around at that time, but not like the number there are now. But at that moment, those next couple of years, he was probably, other than soccer stars, I would argue the most recognizable star.
Yeah, I would go Taylor Swift 1, Jordan 2, Woods 3.
Yeah, I'm in line with that. But again, I do think that if social media had existed and we were connected, I mean, the internet didn't exist when Michael Jordan was in his prime. If it did, I think that you can make that argument. But yeah, Taylor Swift really doing it.
All right. One more topic before we start getting into some college and pro football. This story kind of broke out today. It sounds like 26-27, not this year, but the year after, the tournament, NCAA basketball tournament's going to expand 76 teams. And they're going to do 2 sites, 6 games each site. So it sounds like you're going to get 3 games Tuesday, 3 games Wednesday at these 2 sites. I hate it. I hate it a lot. Your thoughts? I think we're just watering it down to put more SEC and Big Ten teams in.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is what I would say. It's obviously just a money grab to make the tournament longer, right?
Well, it won't be longer. We'll just get more games on the 2 nights that we were getting. Instead of getting 4 games, we're going to get...
Right. The plans, right, yeah.
We're going to get 6 games, 12 games. 12
yeah,
games.
I mean,
12 games.
I guess if you're...
From a betting standpoint, I love it. But it's just, all it's doing is putting in more SEC Big Ten teams. That's not help. If you were telling me we're going to expand the tournament to 76, but we're going to pay, and it might be 76, right? Because 24, down to 52 at 12. All right, so we're going to add 8 teams, and you told me all 8 of those teams were going to be mid-majors, I'd be all in.
Yeah.
But we both know that's not going to happen. It's going to be 8 more SEC, Big 10, Big 12 teams that finish 10th or 12th in the conference, and I don't want to see those teams play, quite honestly. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're up to almost half of the D1 schools, right, in the country.
Well, not in college basketball. College basketball, there's like 300.
Is there 300? I thought there was 100.
It's a lot.
I thought there was 100.
No, it's a ton. Go ahead. Make your point. I'll Google it real quick.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like 64 is a big number. We didn't need to expand it. It wasn't Major League Baseball with the 4 teams making it, right? So yeah, I don't.
352.
350. Okay, it's quite a few. But yeah, I don't see why it's necessary to expand it. If you're one of the teams that was on the bubble that got voted out, didn't make the first 4, you probably weren't that great anyway.
Again, if you're telling me we'll get a team like San Francisco in the West Coast Conference, they were 3rd behind, say, Gonzaga and St. Mary's, and they had a decent year. They lost 3 games, but because they didn't win the conference tournament, they don't get in, and you're going to put them in to play, the 7th best team in the Big Ten. All right, I'm all in for that game. Let's see if we get a Cinderella. Let's see if you're probably an 8-point dog. Let's see if they get an upset. But if you're telling me Iowa's going to play fucking Baylor, well, Baylor's usually pretty good, but Iowa's going to play, I don't know, pick a team out of the ACC who's not very good, and that's going to be the playing game I watch, I don't want to see it at all.
Yeah, I mean, we're in lockstep here. I don't think there's a whole lot of value in expanding this, so I'm good with it. By the way, somehow the Rams in live betting are only plus 2.5 at this point, down 14.
Yeah, I saw. It's because the Niners literally have no one playing. Somehow they're at 14-0. This is what happens, Jimmy. I say it all the time, Ryan, on the show. This is what happens every time a spread moves a ridiculous amount of points because of injuries. It happens in the NBA all the time where they're like, we're not playing any of our starters, and all of a sudden that team's getting 30, and they win the game on the court. Mm. This team has got no one playing. They're on the road in an NFL game, and they're up 14-0. I mean, what are we doing? They don't even have a receiver playing. It's McCaffrey versus all.
Yeah, it really is.
And Mac Jones isn't even healthy. His knee is hurt.
Yeah, Stafford just threw a 5-yard pass off target, incomplete.
If the Rams lose this game, I'm fading them the rest of the year, Jimmy. I cannot believe the Rams are going to put us out of Survivor. Oh, wait, we're not out completely. We're going to be out of the other one, but we'll have the Cardinals in the big tournament. But we're going to be out of the capped one real quick.
Yep.
God damn it, Ryan. All right. NCAA football. Let's do it, Jimmy. It's time. We need a little Friday night fun because baseball doesn't start again until Saturday, so we'll have nothing to bet tomorrow, and that's not okay with me. So NCAA football, Friday night, Delaware giving 2.5, hosting Western Kentucky. For me, this is an absolute play on Western Kentucky. They're 30th in the country in total offense. They pass the ball well. And Ryan, you know what Delaware doesn't do well? Your little state there to the north. They don't defend the pass, Ryan. They don't do it. So give me Western Kentucky. I'll take the 2.5. We're all gonna bet them. Ryan's gonna. Oh, Ryan got booted out. No wonder he wasn't responding to me. And we're gonna let Ryan back in the room now.
Sorry
Ryan's
about
in
that.
4 times.
Sorry about that. Apologies.
We're on a whole grid
Apologies.
here. I don't know what to do.
What is happening?
The show has we have gone off the rails. Everybody.
Well, I'm here.
Ryan's back.
Well, I'm here.
He's live in box 3. I don't know what's happening with box
Frozen
4.
away.
I'm not
deep
either.
thought
If you
in
can
box
close
four.
it, if you can close it, go. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I don't
Sorry
know how
about
to
that.
close it. I'm gonna try. I'm not editing this, so people listening to the podcast and watching, you're gonna see this thing unedited version.
Oh, well done.
You know what?
Oh, well done. Welcome to a view behind.
Just
Welcome to a
don't
view behind the scenes.
All right.
Anyway, sorry, you were asking.
How do
Anyway,
I-
sorry, you were asking me a question, and I apologize.
I was saying I'm taking Western Kentucky against your boys in Delaware, your little state to the north there, because Delaware just doesn't defend the pass well. So give me Western Kentucky Friday night getting 2.5. I'm betting the better team. Jimmy walked away, so I can't really ask him his thoughts. So Ryan, your thoughts? We've lost control.
I don't have any thoughts. I don't have any thoughts on that game.
Jimmy's back, and now he's freezing.
You know who else doesn't have any thoughts on that game? Most people. But I trust Greg because Greg does find these gems. So I'm gonna trust him. Directional Kentucky. Let's go. Beat the Fighting Blackos.
There's a huge handle on this game already because it's a Friday night. So a lot of people, we call them degenerates. I'm happy to be one. They bet this game. They do know what they're talking about, Jimmy. So get your shit together and have an opinion. Oh, we lost Ryan's other feed.
No,
All right,
I closed it.
All right.
It paused.
Very happy about this. All right. So that's my first play. Jimmy, we're going to talk about our boys. We're giving 17.5. We're hosting Wisconsin.
Oof.
For me, this game's tricky. It's a big spread, but I think Michigan wins. I think they cover, and I think it stays under. I'm thinking like 31-10 here. Michigan will dominate this team on defense. Wisconsin will struggle to score. We'll let them get a mercy touchdown. 31-10. Give it to our boys.
I agree. Wisconsin's 2 games where they played anybody, they scored 10 and 14. They're not going to score much against Michigan. Michigan will score. Bryce Underwood's only going to get better as the season goes on. I'll play the 17.5.
Ryan, you jumping on the Michigan bandwagon here with us?
I don't know, man. I think this is a void for me. I'm a big Michigan guy, but not in this one.
Guys, I got great news. Great news. Before I get to my next game. You know what's back Tuesday night? A fucking real sport. And no, I'm not talking about NBA. We got in a fight once. We'll do it again tonight. The NHL's back Tuesday, boys. And we got some real people playing some real fucking sports, Ryan. And I know you're invested in NHL, and it is back.
I'm invested in my nephew, not the NHL necessarily, but I do like playoff hockey.
Oh, yeah, look, preview for another day. We got to get him on the show eventually to educate us all on the process of being a superstar. Because Ryan's nephew can play some hockey. He can put the puck in the freaking net. I watched it. I saw it. Very impressive young man. Jimmy, if you haven't seen, you got to watch a game. He's a very good player. All right. Cincy is hosting Iowa State. Iowa State's undefeated. Cincy's given 1.5. Jimmy, this team has been very, very good to us. Very good to us. We're going to back the Bearcats again. They have the 17th ranked offense in the country. People probably don't know that. They move the ball very well. We watched them do it against Kansas. Their D isn't terrible. I think they give Iowa State their first loss of the year and keep our hopes alive on our long shot play to win the Big 12 that we made this summer, and we recommend it to everybody with the Bearcats to win the Big 12 30-1. Jimmy, you on the Bearcats here?
It's a tough one because I think Iowa State's solid. I'm starting at that game overseas when they beat K-State. I mean, but I think Cincinnati at home, I'll roll with you.
Matt Stafford fumbles and San Francisco jumps on top of it.
They were driving the ball. They were driving really well. And then they said, no, not so fast.
I thought you guys were watching this kid pitch who doesn't even have a beard.
I'm watching that on one screen. I got the football up on
Early
another.
is early for beard. Like, he has nothing.
Oh,
Yep, this is not good, Jimmy. And here come the Niners right down the field.
Different game.
They were running the ball. Blake Corum finally got involved in the game. I don't know. Yeah. Thanks, Matt. Stafford has these games throughout his career where he just he looks like a superstar one week and then just shits the bed the next.
All right, so you're back in Cincy. Ryan, you're back in Cincy, I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
You got to do it. Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it.
All right, the Fighting Kelseys and the Fighting Kenyon Martins, we're on them. All right. That's a basketball reference, Jimmy. 90.
I remember Kenyon Martin.
He was tough.
Yeah, he was. And then unfortunately he got drafted by the Nets, and the rest is history, as they say.
Of course it is.
He's on a good podcast. If you ever get a chance to listen to he's on quite a bit. Pretty good.
Why don't you do some networking for us like you're supposed to and get him on this podcast? All right.
Yeah.
Clemson, giving 14 at the Hoodie. I think Clemson turns it around this week. I know me and Jimmy are disagreeing here, but I think they go in there. We get a spirited effort. I think they blow the Hoodie right out of his home stadium. Give me Clemson covering the 14. I see this as a big win. I'm going to go 45-14 Clemson.
It's an avoid all the way for me. I think Clemson's a bad football team. I think North Carolina's probably a bad football team. I'm just going to stay away from this game entirely.
Jimmy, do you know when the NBA is back? Who cares? NHL back Tuesday. All right. Bama hosting Vandy, giving 10.5. Bama, Ryan, they've had this game circled for a year because of what happened last year. Vandy upset them in Vandy, but now they got to try to do it again in the house that Nick Saban built. And I don't know if they can, but here's what I do know. Diego is a gutsy quarterback, and you're going to give me 10.5 with two very evenly matched teams. I get it's in Bama, but I'll take 10.5 points with Diego because I think he'll keep him in the game. I don't know if it'll be a late touchdown to keep it respectable or this game's going to be close all the way through, but I certainly would not lay 10.5 to this team in Vandy. What do you think, Jimmy?
I agree. I think Diego's a solid quarterback. He can throw, can run, and Alabama hasn't been great against the run this year. Their defense is solid, but it hasn't been extremely stout. I think Alabama does win the game, but 10.5 is just too many points against a team that's been playing really well. So give me Vandy. I'll take the points all day.
Ryan, your thoughts?
I think Mac Jones is doing an unbelievable job at San Francisco here. He's firing balls all over the place. It's unbelievable.
I like the frozen Ryan better than the talking one right now. Can you? I'm kidding.
I'd like to see a turnover.
As far as college, I'm not really sure, to be honest.
All right. Well, look. Just because Mac Jones was a Patriot at one point, we don't need you to cheer him on here as a Niner.
I love the underdogs, man. I love these guys that come in as studs. I mean, how many's Cleveland had in the last 30 years? 37? Starting, monster. They focused all their energy on. They go out there. In Cleveland's case, none of them gone on to do anything interesting. However, lots of other teams get these first rounders and throw them out there. And I love watching them do great. Look at Geno Smith, man. Went to the Jets. Then went to Seattle and did amazing.
Ryan, slide over 5 feet so you're on camera the whole time. When I post these shorts, it's going to get hysterical. They're going to see one
No
sign.
worries. But I just love the backup guys. I love watching Goff be successful. I love Stafford being successful. These guys that didn't have the greatest opportunity, they move on. So Mac Jones, it's not a Patriot thing. It's just he did something. He got wherever he got, and they fucked him up, and now he's doing great. Or seemingly, for a moment anyway.
You brought it up, and I'm just going to piggyback on it because I always think it's a great topic when it comes up. I think the Goff-Stafford trade is going to go down as the best even trade in the history of sports. Because Goff's going to win a Super Bowl here,
Positive even trade, yeah.
Yeah. We had this discussion of I don't know, probably 10 shows back. But yeah, it was the best because Goff went to a place that wasn't ready to win at the time, and he's got a lot of runway. And Stafford went to a place that was built to win right away without a ton of runway, and it's working out great for both of them. It's a home run.
All right, Jimmy, I know you have a strong opinion on this one, so I'll throw it to you first. Texas going to the Swamp, giving 7 to the Gators.
Yeah, look, again, if you look at the Gators' schedule, they're only going to be favored probably in one game the rest of the year. And then that's the only game they may win the rest of the year. I mean, this team could end up as a 2-win team. That's how daunting their schedule is and how they've played. However, I think if they could sneak one in, it's this. Texas, The only good team they played was Ohio State. They scored 7 points, and Arch Manning looked like a high school quarterback masquerading as a college pro. He's going to be good. I know he's got all the talent in the world, and I hope him nothing but the best. He's certainly staying in college for a while longer. But Florida is only allowing 16 points a game and somehow still managing to lose. And Texas only scored 7 the only time they played a decent team. So 7 points for the Gators at home in the Swamp? Like, I think it's a home run of a bet. I think Arch is going to struggle a little bit. And Florida was supposed to be a lot better than they are. Yeah, give me the 7 with Florida. I can't believe I'm saying it because I'm saying they may not win another game. That's just because of the strength of schedule. They've got a brutal schedule. They play teams that weren't supposed to be good but are, right? Like, their schedule is really, really difficult the rest of the way. This is one I think they could get. And it's an obvious must-win. They've got 3 losses. They have to win this game. They're probably out, even if they run the table, but their only chance is to do that. So, hey, maybe Texas gets the win, but 7 points is way too many at the Swamp.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think this seems like a great spot for some reason, like the Gators. They should get crushed. If you look at this on paper, the Gators should get absolutely crushed. But for some reason, I just have this sneaky suspicion, like Jimmy, their defense is going to keep them in the game. And they might not win the game, but I think they're gonna cover the 7 points. And if it moves to 7.5, I'd tell you to really jump on it.
Yeah, I like it.
Any opinion here, Ryan? Arch Manning go in the Swamp and get a win, or?
I feel bad for that guy. He's got a lot of pressure and he seems to be failing. And I wish him the best. And maybe he's gonna turn out great. I don't know.
He's been playing better. He had a really good game, but they haven't been playing anybody of competition, which is maybe what he needs. Look, I know we hate Ohio State because we're Michigan fans, but your first game starting to go to the Horseshoe and that's your opener, like that's a big game. Yeah, I agree, but it's still a big game. It was just more shocking how unbelievably inaccurate and out of sorts he was. But he's starting to get his groove. He's gonna be fine, and he makes like $7 million on NIL.
Look,
Jimmy, I got a question you got to answer for me because I don't know the answer. Does Ohio State have to pay us rent for the Horseshoe? Because we do own it. See what I did there? All right, Ryan, to you, buddy.
What I was going to say was, like,
Jimmy will get it. It'll click a minute.
Eli was like nobody for years, right? And he won those 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots, and they were dominant performances and great seasons, at least second half of seasons, right? But isn't that what it takes, right? You just got to be a top 15 guy. So I get it. Like, he might have the talent and he might get there. I just feel bad for him in the moment. Because if he gets there, it's a long road. Like, you got to prove your talent to all these people at different levels. So I wish him the best.
He'll be fine. I'm not saying that flippantly. Like, he'll be. I think he is very talented and he'll be fine. I think there was unbelievable expectations put on him, and we should have all read the writing on the wall that he would have started last year if he was already that great. Right? Like, so yeah. I mean, these are young guys, a work in progress. He's going to be okay.
Did you get it yet, Jimmy?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Just like me and Ryan just want to make sure you're up to speed. That's all.
Yeah,
we're here for you. All right. Another game I have off the radar, Jimmy. It's off the radar. Not on your radar. Definitely not on Ryan's. Me might not even know the school I'm about to talk about. It's all right. I'll explain it to both of you. Appalachian State hosting the Beavers. Okay? They're given 1.5. Line makes no sense to me. App State, decent squad on offense, good defense. The Beavers are 0-5. It's in Appalachian State. They're going across country to North Carolina to play them. I threw that in so you boys would know where Appalachian State is. See what I do there? Always looking out for you. I'm backing the home team here. I think it's a great play. Give me Appalachian State. -1.5. Line makes no sense. Beavers will probably win by 30, but I'm going to lose a bunch of money on App State. Hope you all will join me.
Are they Zombievers?
The zombie.
Just a question.
Ryan,
look, it would be probably a better team if they were Zombievers.
Ryan referencing his favorite porn again.
Listen, go watch it, people.
The Zombies.
Obviously, no one took my advice.
Here. No one did.
Yeah, I can't figure out why.
You should watch the preview. I'm telling you, that'll explain it all.
I don't want that in my search history.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What is he watching on his work computer?
That's where I watched the preview just 2 days ago. I showed people.
Seems like grounds for term, but hey, that's all right.
Prove it.
Ryan showed people Zombiever.
He did. All right. Everyone needs to bet the 10:30 game because what else are you doing at 10:30 on a Saturday unless you're betting UFC like Jimmy? I got to bet a college football game. I love Cal here, giving 2.5 at home to Duke. I think this is a great spot for Cal. I think it comes down to a very simple thing. Cal's got a great D. Duke's got a good offense. But I'm always going to back the defense at home, especially when the team's traveling across country. So give me the Golden Bears to win a close one, but to cover the 2.5. Jimmy, who you like here?
I don't care. I'll go with you on this one. That's what I like.
Based on your 3-second pause there, I thought you had something good.
I did not. I think Duke just having to go cross country and play in California. People could say whatever you want. Oh, they're basically professional athletes, but that's a big trip. It takes a toll on you. I'll roll with Cal.
All right. I'll throw this to Jimmy because I know he's got a strong opinion. Miami giving 4.5 at FSU, game of the week. Jimmy, who you got?
Yeah, I mean Miami. I think, look, Florida State, unbelievable upset against Alabama. We saw a lot of weird things happen week one. Miami is the real deal. They're going to be national title contenders. They're going to be Final Four, I think, almost for sure. I think Beck he's playing, like, his only questions about him ever were injury. He's playing extremely well. So, yeah, I think they go in. I don't think they crush him, but I think they win by 2 scores. So I'll take the 4.5.
Okay.
And I like Castellanos. I think, I love how he backed his shit up. All his smack talk against Alabama. You called it right last week that they were looking ahead to this game and they lost to Virginia. But I think it tells you all you need to know. They couldn't get by Virginia. They're not going to get by Miami.
Yeah, I'm giving the points here too. I think the Canes win this game and cover. I think they're just head and shoulders the best team in the ACC. I think Virginia exposed their weaknesses a little bit. And Miami had a full week to watch that on tape and prepare for this, and I think they'll take full advantage. I think their D is for real, like I've said on the show before. And I think Beck knows how to manage a game. He'll manage the game, let the D do the rest. They'll win the game. They'll cover the spread.
I think Beck looks like a pro quarterback to me. You watch him play and you're like, this guy's different. Like he might not have the wow factor, but he's going to play on Sundays, and he's going to be a good quarterback, I think, as long as he stays healthy.
I'll close out with my monster teaser for college football. Give me Western Kentucky plus 15.5, BYU minus 6.5, Michigan minus 4.5, and Clemson minus 1. And that is my takes on college football for this week. All right. Should we go to NFL? We should. It's time, right, Jimmy?
It's the best.
Let's should.
Let's start with the Vikings.
Fuckers.
Against your Browns. I was looking at the Rams score. That's why I said that. In London, Vikings giving 4.5 to Dylan Gabriel's first start. What do you think?
It's a complete avoid for me. If Flacco was playing, I would hammer the Vikings, but I don't like against a first-time QB. You're right, the Vikings should eat him alive, but Carson Wentz is not playing good football. But he's also not playing as bad as people say. The difference is the Browns defense is elite. So if they have a spark from Gabriel and they decide that they want to hustle and try to keep him in the game, they will. They're going to kill Carson Wentz. They're going to sack him. They're going to cause fumbles. I guarantee you, the Browns defense, if they're competitive in this game, will have 3 turnovers. I don't know if it's a fumble and 2 picks, 3 picks. I don't know, but they'll get 3 turnovers. So I'm going to avoid it because it obviously could go the other way, but I don't know. And the line seems screwy. The Vikings should be way bigger favorites than this.
See, I think the line's pretty good. I like the Vikings because they've been overseas for 2 weeks. I think I
like that too.
Yeah, they don't have to travel this week, really. I like the Vikings. I like how they set up camp over there for 2 weeks. I think a rookie quarterback trying to win in London, nonetheless, for their first game is a tall task. I'm going to take the Vikings in that defense because I think they'll get to Gabriel quite a bit. I'm going to give the 4.5 here. And I think Carson Wentz, what he's doing, he's just playing like Jameis Winston. He's moving the ball quite a bit, but then he throws a pick. So if he can eliminate some of the picks, I think the Vikings here are going to easily cover that 4.5 against the Browns. Quick update here. Red Sox in a spot of trouble here in the 4th. The Yankees have just got early out of the game. I don't know why Cora's going to the bullpen already. Oh, maybe he's not. We'll see in a sec. He left him in. He went out there, but he left him in. All right. Ryan, what do you think of this first game?
It's a tough one, man.
Touchdown Rams, by the way. Go ahead.
Yep.
I missed that.
Well, you know the other
I
thing
think.
before Ryan goes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I was gonna say though with Carson Wentz too, he's got that long. A couple of these guys still do this. He's got that long windup, and that's not good against a good pass rush. When you watch him throw the ball, I mean, it's not Tim Tebow where you're like, is he going to release it? Oh my God, he's doing a windmill with his arm, but he doesn't have a Rodgers or Peyton Manning quick release. I mean, he really winds the ball up. I think it's going to be huge against Myles Garrett and the rest of that line coming in. Sorry, Ryan, go for it.
I think this is a hot take in the last 4 minutes for me. I remember now that I read something where the Vikings had a choice whether to do 2 in a row like that. And they said, yeah, it's great. It's good, relaxing time, vacation time, a little bit into the season, get some family time, people hanging out together, bonding, whatever. And they chose this for themselves. So they did that. I think they're going to be very relaxed and chill. I don't necessarily believe in the 6-hour kind of jet laggy type thing. However, I mean, Cleveland sucks, and I get it. Defense, you're saying is elite. I think you're being a little bit of a homer here, if I had to be honest. However, I respect that. I mean, I'm a Patriots homer, so I think it's Vikings. At least 3.5. That's given.
When you say he's being a homer, do you disagree with Cleveland being that great of a D? Is that what you
I
mean?
haven't looked at the stats. I'm just saying it doesn't matter how great a D you have or how great returners you have or anything else. If you suck, you suck. It's a team responsibility, right?
A lot of D talking, a lot of sucking.
Listen, that's fine.
Know.
I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, if it doesn't matter what you do, if you have 7 punt returns in the game, if you lose, who cares?
Yeah, and Greg, obviously, Greg, get to your point about you're going somewhere with that, but I do think a defense gets disheartened when their offense just is off a 3 and out or or causing turnovers. But what do you think, Greg?
From a yardage standpoint, I think, Cleveland's defense is ridiculous. But from a point standpoint, it sucks because the offense keeps putting them in shitty spots.
Right.
So they played Detroit and Baltimore already. Baltimore dropped 41. Detroit dropped 34. That's why the points is so skewed. But from a yardage standpoint, I think they look great. 1-0 Yankees on a fucking single. God damn it. That the shortstop should have had, and the throw to the plate was weak. Ridiculous. All right.
Agree.
Sorry. Not happy here. But yeah, that's where I stand. I think the Browns, from a yardage standpoint, the Browns defense is doing what they need to do. Unfortunately, it's skewed a little bit with points per game because of what I just said. The Ravens and Detroit put up some big numbers.
Yeah, if the offense could sustain any drives and give the defense a blow and give them some motivation, they could come in and get after it, right? They showed in the Packers game. But anyway, I don't think they're going to get on track because Flacco didn't play well, but their receivers were dropping everything that hit him in the hands too. Can't
fix that. All right, Saints hosting the Giants, given 1.5. I have a pretty strong opinion here. I think people are going to line up to bet the Giants, and I think they're going to be very upset at the end of that game because I think the Saints are 0-4, but they've been very competitive, and I think they win this game. I think the Saints give the Giants a loss here.
I agree 100%. I've got Giants fans texting me, some of my friends, and what this line doesn't make sense. I'm like, it does make sense. They were in every game. The only game they got blown out of was in Seattle. Tough place to play, long travel, and Seattle looks like they're actually a pretty good team. They were in every other game. I mean, they were in the Bills game through 3 quarters in Buffalo. So yeah, and the Giants aren't good. They've got a good front 4 on defense. End of list of what's good about the Giants, right? So Giants fans can feel disrespected. I got to tell you, I bet there's a lot more average bettors that play the Giants than the Saints. So if I think it's the sucker line of the week, I would Saints minus 1.5 all day.
I agree. Ryan?
Are they going to start Dart? Is that what they said?
Dart's the starting quarterback now.
I think I go Giants here. I think they've they found their guy that's not going to bring them to 1-16. He's going to bring them to, I don't know, 7-10 or something like that. Whatever it is.
I don't know. I'd pump the brakes on that 7
Well,
and
whatever. It's going to be a couple somewhere. Just from an inspirational point of view, I think change is good. Change is hard, but it's good sometimes. Yeah. And that org has been so shitty the past 3 or 4 years. It's, change it up.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They've been pretty bad.
The wheels have come off, unfortunately, for the Red Sox. 2-0 Yanks, bases loaded still. This one's all over but the shouting, unfortunately. So
it's a fourth,
it was a good season. Now Alex Cora, yeah, we got no pen left. Alex Cora went all in last night, and we just couldn't get the win. We had every opportunity to win that game, and we just couldn't get it home. So Yankees are going to win this game big. Jimmy, it's a good thing you didn't put the alternate run spread in because the Red Sox won't even cover 3.5. They're going to get blown out of the doors. Are going to get blown off here in a minute. You guys watch. All right, the luck has got to run out for the Eagles at some point. I posted this, and Jimmy, we got a lot of comments on our YouTube shorts that Eagles fans were ripping me for saying this. Eventually, the law of averages have to even out. I don't care who the fuck you are. The Eagles giving 3.5 to Denver. I think Denver wins this game. I think Denver's going to upset them this week. I really do. I think the Eagles have won a couple games they shouldn't have, and I think Denver has lost a game they shouldn't have. I think Denver goes to Philly and gets a win.
Yeah, I'm with you. We talked about it last show. Look, teams that go 15-2 or 14-3, they've got a couple games during the season that they get lucky in. That's just what happens. They're still great teams. The Eagles have already had 2 of those in their 4 wins. So it's gonna eventually dry up, and then they're gonna have to switch their game plan. They're a great team. I am not a Jalen Hurts hater. I think the guy just all he does is win games. It's going to run out, and this is the week that it happens. Bo Nix looked good. Cortland Sutton looked great. Dobbins is running the ball well. The defense looks great. Patrick Surtain had, not last game, but the week before, had a pass breakup that was unbelievable. Very rarely do you notice that a cornerback is great. You usually know they're great because nothing goes their way and you don't hear anything from them. But he had a pass breakup. It was like, holy shit, I can't believe he got back to that and broke the pass up without a pass interference. Like, they're just hitting on all cylinders. They had a rough 1-2 start. They're back to 500. They should have scored 45 against Cincinnati. They had 500 total yards. A couple things just didn't break their way. And Philadelphia's getting lucky. So I'll take the team that's on the up, that's talented, that we thought could be at the top of the division. Philadelphia will figure it out, and I think they'll be okay. I don't think they're going to have a full collapse like they did a couple years ago. But, yeah, their luck runs out at some point, and I think it's this week.
Ryan, any opinion on this one?
I think that's a little bit aggressive, honestly, because they've proven themselves for the first 4 weeks, right? Like they've done the job. I'm a Patriots fan. I'm not shy about it, and like we had tons and tons of wins over those years that were just ridiculous heart plays or strategy plays or a particular 4th and 1 or a field goal or whatever it is. Good teams just find a way to win, and I mean, Kansas City's been that way the past couple of years, right? They haven't had the elite talent they had 3-4 years ago, and they've still been pretty freaking good. And I would say Philly's in the same boat now. Maybe they don't have the superstars. There's some superstars on there. Hurts in particular is a winner. I can't doubt them till they make me doubt them.
You're not wrong, but they can't run the ball either right now. Like, they can't run the ball. A.J. Brown got 9 targets and 2 catches and 7 yards. Like, I know what you're saying, Ryan, but that's kind of my point. You have these games, but to have 2 of them in your first 4, it's like you only get so many of those. What are your thoughts, Greg?
Look, I get both sides. I really do. I'm more interested to hear because Ryan just said he threw out the Patriots one. I kind of want to know what Ryan thinks of his chances against the Bills.
I think they're low, honestly. Okay. Like, I mean, I'm being a realist, right? But you never know. You never know. I don't want to compare myself to Jimmy, but like Cleveland has no chance of being half decent this year, regardless of their potentially top defense. And in the Patriots case, like, they've played great. They've played shitty. I think we're in a cultural change time, like Jimmy said last week or Monday, whatever it was. Like, maybe we're a year ahead here, But that was a pretty good start to the season. Mac Jones, I think he's number 1 in yards, if I saw that correctly. Maybe that was a bullshit Facebook thing, but I think he's got like 1,150 yards, so we'll see.
Well, that'd be a bummer because he played for San Francisco.
Yeah, you mean Drake May.
Oh, Drake May. Sorry. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, look, I said it from the jump in the summer. I think they're the second best team in the AFC East. It always feels like Buffalo stubs their toe once or twice at home. So, I don't know. Maybe this is the week that somebody goes in there and gets them. And we're all sitting here going, because I think the Patriots defense is actually pretty solid.
I do too, and I think Vrabel is much like Dan. What's the Lions guy? Dan, what's his name?
Dan
Dan Campbell. Like, I think he's much like Mike Kim. That they're just like this team environment that somehow they've changed the way people look at like preparing and planning and executing.
That's going to be my problem with the Patriots, Jimmy, just so you know, going forward when we bet, is I'm a Vrabel guy from the Titans days. So you trust in head coaches. He's a head coach I trust in. And when the Patriots got him, I said, fuck, here we go again.
Yeah, I think that
he's a solid coach.
I think the Patriots are a tough bet for me this year, just because we just don't know which team is going to show up. They're 2-2. They should be 3-1 because they should have beat the Steelers. They turned the ball over 5 times, and that's what happens with young teams, right? Like that's what was my point earlier in the week, Ryan. You were saying like if you're a Patriots fan, you should feel good about it. Like Vrabel wasn't going to come here with the second-year quarterback and flip the switch, and all of a sudden they're a Super Bowl contender. What you want to see is progress. They're clearly better than they were last year. They should be 3-1. You might pull a wild card this year. Maybe you get knocked down, maybe you end up, 8-9, and you miss the playoffs. But you're making progress, and then next year you add a piece or two, and you're ready to roll. There's clearly something happening there. You just don't know when you're dealing with a young team, or specifically a young quarterback, which team's going to show up. So I kind of think it makes a tough bet because they could beat anybody any given Sunday. They could turn the ball over as well 5 times.
I agree. I think the general rule, if you're playing a great team like Buffalo, who clearly is a great team right now. I love Josh Allen. If the line is more than 6, maybe you lay it against him. Other than that, you just avoid it.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm with you. Cowboys given 2.5 at the Jets. Jimmy, I know you have a thought on this one.
Yeah, I like the Cowboys minus 2.5. I don't think they're great, but their offense is clicking. Pickens look great. I know CeeDee Lamb's obviously out for a few weeks. But the Jets are the Browns East. Like they're just like, if you watch the game against Miami, they just find a way to make bad plays. I think, like I said, Aaron Glenn's going to be a good coach. Dan Campbell, Brian just mentioned, went through his first year where they were bad, and he eventually got the culture right. But the issue is I don't see that happening. They're making so many mental errors that it's really, really tough to watch. And I just think they're going to continue to do it. Justin Fields shows moments where he can really get the ball downfield, makes the right decision, and at other times he makes you really, really nervous. So I don't know, man. I think Dallas is just so lethal on offense when they need to be, and the Jets will make enough mistakes that it won't matter how good they are. And I feel bad for Garrett Wilson's so good. But when he catches the ball, the way he moves, like he dealt with no quarterback because Rodgers got hurt. Then he dealt with an injury, like a coming back Aaron Rodgers the first half of last year. And by the time he got clicking, they were already out of it. And now he's got this shit. Like, get Garrett Wilson out of there. He is awesome to watch when he catches the ball, when he runs routes. Like, get him out of New York or find him a fucking quarterback. He deserves better.
Yeah, for me, it's simple. I watched him put up 40 points on a decent Packers team. I said it before. I think this offense is just so much different when Dak Prescott is the quarterback. So I think they'll just outscore the Jets. I don't think the Jets defense is very good. It's not like it was 2-3 years ago. I think they'll just go up and down the field on them, and I think the Cowboys will do enough to win. And I think under a field goal here is a gift. I'll take the Cowboys all day giving 2.5 to this Jets team.
I agree, because the Jets line was pretty good, but Sauce started getting called for a lot of pass interference last year, and that just continues to follow him. He's big for a corner, right? And he's good, but he does get a lot of PIs, and that's hurting their case a lot as well. So
if I can bring something up, you guys talked about it. I'm with you on the Cowboys. Like there's no way that you can put money on the Jets in any way, right? The 2.5 or whatever. Like it doesn't make sense. But there's something scary about that. Why is that line that way? That seems fishy.
It's in New York. They have there's no defense to speak of in Dallas.
Right.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. The offensive weapons on Dallas are the only thing that matter in the entire game, and all the phases, right? The 6 phases on each side. Like, there's nothing else that matters. There's too many weapons on offense.
Probably right. I will tell you my last comment about the game the other night. Those are the fucking uniforms the Dolphins should wear all the time. Those were the coolest uniforms I've ever seen the Dolphins wear. Like, instead of their teal and white, like, hey guys, we're in Miami at the beach.
Yeah.
They look like a football team. It looked badass. The Miami across, the black uniforms with just the teal Miami. Looked awesome. Darren Waller out of nowhere. pick him up. I'm sure everybody's picked him up in their fantasy league. But yeah, what
I
a
listened back
performance.
to the Cardinals conversation. Let me tell you something. Those guys looked like seagull shit all over them. Like
They did.
it was ridiculous.
I like the Cardinal. The Cardinal on the helmet looked cool. Like, I
No, it
like
didn't.
it.
I'm just sorry to pile on for my own last comments, but I watched it again. It was bad.
Did you see the Miami Dolphins uniforms?
No.
Did you hate those too?
No. I didn't see
They
him.
were way
Sorry.
cooler than way better than the regular uniforms. Is the colors that they should go with, or the color scheme they should go with from now on.
Yeah.
Texans giving 2.5. I got to tell you, I'm very happy with myself because I got this number before everything came out. So I have the Texans plus points here against a who's who of the practice squad again on the Ravens. I like the Texans here. I know our boy Danbury Dave told me I'm out of my mind. The Ravens win this game on the field. The Texans suck. I think he's dead wrong. I still think the Texans have the best front seven in football. I think they will be all over Cooper Rush. And I think the Texans win this game in Baltimore, no problem, against this just injured team.
Yeah, Texans are actually a really good team. Their offensive line is hot garbage, and that's a very important piece when you have a quarterback, any quarterback. But C.J. Stroud's really more of a pocket passer. He's got some wheels, but that's not his game. But Baltimore is not getting after the quarterback very well. If anybody's watched any of their games, they're not. Their front seven isn't among the best. And so, yeah, I would tell it. And with all their injuries on defense right now, I mean, it's not just, like you said, it's a practice squad of, I'll take the 2.5. Texans finally got a win. Maybe they can put a little something together. If you want to buy into Cooper Rush being able to take over for Lamar and make up for those deficiencies, be my guest. But Lamar and this team couldn't get wins. I don't know why I should believe Cooper Rush and this team will. I'm with you. 2.5 is a great number for the Texans.
What do you think, Ryan?
I am not a homer, but I am taking the Ravens here. I think there's a change in the guard. They are very spirited, and I think they can handle that spread. That may seem brave, but I'm not a Stroud believer either.
You're buying into the Cooper Rush experiment.
No, but he had a couple good games in Dallas a couple of years ago. Like, to be funny.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
you're not wrong. He had a nice run
there.
He
was serviceable. I mean, they have an organization that's proper, and the Texans were abusive a couple of years ago, right? They got all their stars to leave within a 2-year period. Something's going on down there, and I'm not talking about Dallas, Houston. Something else is happening. So I'm going to stick with the Ravens here.
Let's be fair. He was serviceable when he was handing the ball off to a hot hand and Tony Pollard or Zeke, and he was serviceable throwing it to CeeDee Lamb. Now, you do have Derrick Henry if he's playing, but you don't have a CeeDee Lamb. You have a Zay Flowers who is not great.
Disagreeing with you necessarily. I'm just saying he had a chance, he made the best of it, and he did his job. And that is why he's still around. And that's what it's all about as a quarterback in the NFL, particularly when you're not a top 10.
Sometimes you got to go to the Cooper, and we'll see what happens. But I'll take the Texans.
He's valuable. What's he making on the bench? $5-8 million?
I'm sure he's making $5 million. If we can look that up, but I'm sure he's making $5 million. All right, Jimmy, 17-7. Rams getting the ball. Are we going to move on in Survivor right now? If you had to make a pick, would you exit out of our Survivor play, or do the Rams win this game and we move on?
Well, yeah, I clearly exit out of it if we had the opportunity. But the Rams, if we're going to take solace in anything, it's the Rams moved the ball down the field, scored an easy touchdown, and they were doing that until Stafford fumbled the ball in the previous drive. So they're going to score more points. It's can their defense step up and stop Mac Jones and nobody else you know of other than Christian McCaffrey from doing the same thing to them.
I want to take some credit here. I made a $3 bet on plus 320 and made 12 something on it. So good for me.
That's a 3-unit bet for Ryan. But
that is a 3-unit bet for Ryan.
That's a unit and a half. Be fair.
All right, you're right.
Well, no, you're right. Look, in live betting, the Rams are now plus 2.5, so they finally swung to the plus money. I would obviously back out of it if I could right now. I can't, but I'm also not in a full free fall panic. I don't think it's over. If they get the ball, walk down the field, and score right away, I think we're in good shape.
Well, I'm a maniac, so I just put 4 units on the Rams on the money line. So go Rams.
Like no shit.
Nice.
Good for you.
I think they go down, score a touchdown, 17-14. They win this game. no problem, because that's what Matt Stafford does. He makes you crazy, and then he comes out of nowhere, gunslinging, and boom. Winner.
Listen, if you remember my first time or two on here, that's exactly what I said. I love the guy. I got nothing wrong with that. I'm all for you. I'm not doing it, but best of luck to you.
I appreciate it. This guy's thrown to a lot of great receivers in his career, huh? I mean, he really has, if you think about it.
I mean, yeah, he had Calvin Johnson. He just fed. I mean, just over and over again. I told you, Calvin Johnson, if he would have played longer, I think had a chance to be the GOAT. Like he was that.
First
good.
of all, on this show,
Megatron.
we never referred to him as anything but Megatron. But go ahead.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. Like he was.
Greg, you and I are really aligned, dude.
Stafford has had it very, very good.
That's right in my head. Like I knew exactly what you were going to say.
When he said Calvin Johnson, I was like, what?
That's that dude that's like, I'm a Cleveland fan. I don't want to call him by his proper, respected name.
Yeah, it's Megatron. What's wrong with you? It's upsetting.
My fault. Hey,
apologize to Calvin, not me.
Listen.
Say Mr. Johnson. I apologize.
The number of players that the Lions have made retire early due to their futility.
Only two big ones. Only two big ones.
Yeah, pretty big ones. Two people that could have been GOATs.
I mean, they were GOATs.
They are GOATs.
They are.
Well, I don't think Megatron is the GOAT, but he's there.
Oh no, he's not the GOAT, but he's up there, dude. Look at his stats.
Yeah. Oh, he was just look at the eye test. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, when you start listing top receivers of all time, if you don't reference Megatron, then you didn't
He's
watch
minimally top 15. I mean, minimally.
Yeah.
And if you're talking greatest running backs of all time, and Barry Sanders isn't in the conversation, you didn't watch a lot of
top
football.
5.
I mean, this guy ran 90 yards to gain 8. That's how hard he was to tackle. I mean, he was literally it was unreal.
And from an entertainment point of view, there was nothing better to watch on Thanksgiving than Barry Sanders against the Cowboys. No matter who won, 100%. It was the best.
100%. 100%. Barry Sanders
for
was
years.
must watch TV when he got the ball. I mean, he was great. All right. The Fighting Baker Mayfields, Jimmy. Tell us why they're covering 3.5 against that Seattle defense.
I think they're going to cover it. Seattle looks good. I'm not taking anything away from them, but so it's not really a knock on Seattle. We've talked about it. I mean, in a world where we're going to assume Sam Darnold is a good quarterback, at least regular season quarterback, and they've got Smith and Jigba, and they've got Kenneth Walker, and they've got Charbonnet, they should be a really good team on paper. I just think Tampa's also a really good team. I think Baker is legit. I think he's a true top 10 quarterback in the league. I know Mike Evans is hurt, but Ibuka looks great. Tight end showing up. Defense is solid. Bucky Irvin's running the ball. I just think Baker's going to keep him in this game. I don't think they're going to get blown out. I think 3.5 is a good number. Give me Tampa.
Well, let me help you out a little bit. Bucky Irving's not playing, but go ahead.
Shit, is he hurt?
He's hurt as well. He's most likely not playing. He's likely out.
Likely out. All right. Who's their backup? He was the starter before Bucky Irving.
Rashad White, former Patriot for Ryan.
Ugh.
Yep, Rashad White.
What do you mean? Guy would catch pass on the backfield for you that last Super Bowl run.
So I did predict correctly that Baker had a letdown last week, right? Do I remember that? Yeah, I think he's coming back. He's angry, dude. He's coming. He's not going to handle that Philly shit well.
No, he's pissed. Yeah, he's baking. He's
and I think it's very rare. Just like, and I'm again a Brady, like those kind of dominant guys referenced. They do not like to lose 2 in a row. And I think this is a week that it's just not going to matter. It's going to be one of those silly weeks where whatever he has to do to get it done gets it done.
Yeah, look, everybody. Sorry, 12th man. Set the oven to 375. We're baking this week.
I agree.
See what I did there, Jimmy? Made an oven reference.
I did. Bacon.
You are amazing.
I see Bucky is questionable still. I see him questionable. Not taking part.
Sharps like me know he's likely out.
Yeah.
Squares like you think he might play. So he's out. That's why
Jimmy, if it helps, Seattle? Idiots like me have no idea.
Yeah, so are you on Seattle, Greg?
No, I'm taking the 3.5 because I trust in Baker.
All right, so it's the same.
I know Bucky's out because if he wasn't, this line would be closer to a pick.
Let's go Fighting Bakers.
All right, give me your opinion here. I already know what it is, but I know you like the Chargers. Tell me why they beat the Commanders, even with Jaden Daniels coming back, Jimmy.
Yeah, look, I think the Chargers had their letdown game last week on the road. I think they get back in the win column. They're just too talented not to. I think that they had what's his name throwing the ball way too much. I think they are going to get back to a little ground and pound and let Justin Herbert shine when he needs to. And I think Jaden Daniels is going to have a good year after all, but it's his first game back, and yeah, I'm the one that's championed that the Chargers don't have a home field advantage, but I don't think there's a huge Commanders population flying out to LA either to watch the game. And on paper, I think they're the better team. I think Justin Herbert and Jaden Daniels, when they're both on, it's a pick 'em. Who do you like better? And after that, I like the roster and for the Chargers better, and I like the Chargers coach better. I think Dan Quinn's doing a hell of a job, but so yeah, I think the Chargers get back in the win column. Especially, like I said, Jaden Daniels coming off an injury. Could be nagging, maybe not, right? Like, but he's a little rusty. I don't know. But 2.5 at home, I think it's a good line.
Yeah, I lean Chargers here because of basically the Chargers defense. I think the offenses are probably a wash, but I think the Chargers defense is that much better than the Commanders that if I'm giving under a field goal at home, I think I'll take my chances. It'll be a small play for me because again, I still think Jaden Daniels is one of the best players in football and he's a difference maker, and I hate betting against this guy. I do. But 2.5 at home with the better defense. I got to make the smart play here in my mind and go with the defense here, and I'll take the Chargers given 2.5. What do you think,
I
Ryan?
hate this bet. I just stay away from this. I don't know what's going on. I love Herbert. He's great. I really like Daniels. I don't give a shit about either of these teams. I hope they do well. I wish them the best. I don't know this is a call you can make. So if I'm having smart money, I'm laying like a half unit for just fun because I'm watching the game, or I'm laying nothing.
Yeah, this could be an in-game bet for me now that Ryan says it. See kind of how the game script is shaping out and then make a play. Jimmy, yeah? You like that?
Yeah, I just think that I think Justin Herbert is that guy. I agree, Jaden. I know you love Jaden Daniels, and I like him too. And maybe it'll take a step back. I just think Justin Herbert, they're using him right. I think that he had to throw the ball too much. I think they find that balance now between trying to make them the hero. And to your point, their defense is better. But the Chargers have what? I mean, they're right. I mean, your guy McConkey hasn't really exploded this year yet. I think he's due because he's all over the field. He's getting opportunities. He's going to go. Keenan Allen, it feels like he's old, but he's not that old, and he's playing great. He caught a touchdown in every single game. I think Hampton now being the true only back, I like is great for them. He's looked better since he became the only feature back there. So I just think on paper the bet makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's my thought process on it. I think that one of the executives said something about Justin Herbert. Like, if you were starting a team now with looking at longevity, everything, who would you get? And Justin Herbert was like the answer.
He's in
like,
top 10. If I were doing that, he's in the top 10 somewhere. I mean, I'd have to really write it down, but worst case, I can't see him outside of 12 or 13 in the league.
I think he's going to be a top 5 guy, no problem. Especially how they're, like I said, they're using him. But remember when he got drafted, he slid. Tua went above him. A couple people did. Like, it became this big recency bias. Like, going into his senior year, Justin Herbert was the guy. Oregon didn't have like a phenomenal year, but it didn't change any of his physical attributes, and he slid in the draft, and they picked him up.
He slid one. I mean, to be fair, he slid one spot. But I tell my brother all the time, he's a huge Dolphins fan. One of the biggest mistakes they ever made was not taking Herbert over Tua.
Ever.
Well, so if I can jump,
if they had Tua with Hill and with some of those playoff teams they had, I think they would have went a lot further, Ryan.
I was going to say I think it's crazy to think he's like a top 5 guy. I think that's jumping the gun a little bit. But if you're starting a franchise, he's definitely in the top 12 somewhere in the starting quarterbacks.
It's fair. It's a fair point. I think he will be a top 5.
He's had time, right? He's already had 3, 4, 5 years. Come on, man. He's had great weapons too. He's had running backs. He's had receivers. He's not the Brady. Nah, I'm not always talking Brady. Don't get me wrong. But like Brady switched people all the time. Like, you never knew what someone was going to do in a given year. If they got timed up with Brady, like White and Herbert, Amendola, and all those guys, like they did Welker. They did special things with Tom Brady. And I mean, he's had the guys. He's had some of them. So we'll see. And I'm not disrespecting because I think he's a great quarterback. And I would take him in the top 12 somewhere. I'd have to write it down, but I don't know. Top 5 is a little
I
aggressive.
think 2 years from now, we're going to be talking about him top 5 for sure. That's just my opinion. And I understand what you're saying, but you're comparing him to like the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like
I just mean in the switching of personnel. That's the only what I'm comparing.
No,
Well, let me ask you. This is a good topic, and I think you gotta really dive in, and you gotta remember, he was drafted in 2000, and he was the offensive rookie of the year, right? He had a good season. He had the dumbest coach in the history of the NFL for 3 years, and Brandon Staley, who didn't know what he was doing.
horrible.
So you have to factor
Switching
that in a little
offensive
bit.
coordinators too, if I remember.
Yeah. So if you were listing right now, let's jot it down. Top quarterback for me, it's Josh Allen. Do we agree there, or
I'd have to see it, but
Yeah.
sure.
Josh Allen won? I don't know who you want to
Lamar,
go. Do we want to
Mahomes, like
Lamar, Mahomes? Do we want to put Hurts up there?
yeah,
Is
probably
that-
just for fun.
I would put if we're talking just totality of the work they've done, I think Mahomes is number 1. But if you're talking about right this second physical attributes and somebody
We're just
like
talking
I think,
rough
Josh
number
Allen-
where Herbert's going to land.
We're talking about the quarterback position, not winning. Josh Allen runs circles around Mahomes when it comes to playing that position.
Absolutely.
And it's not even fucking close. Mahomes wins, don't get me wrong, but you're talking about a true quarterback. Josh Allen, I mean, it's not even close.
I agree.
Between
I'm not going to get into this debate. I think it's very close. I think most people would agree with me that
you're
it's
out
very
of your fucking
close.
mind.
No, I'm not, because the majority of adults that talk about football would not say it's not even close between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. That's fantastic. You can have that opinion.
Patrick Mahomes is a great winner and an unreal clutch player. A quarterback playing the position, making the reads, and just an absolute specimen of an athlete who can run over you. I'll take Josh Allen every fucking time. It's not even close.
I know you will, but to say that they're not even close is dismissive.
It's not.
I have to agree.
accurate.
It's not even
If you
close.
lined up all 32 GMs and said right now you can start your team with Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, 31 of 32 are saying, "Give me Josh Allen, please."
Yeah, but to say it's not close is hyperbolic.
That's
at
31 of 32. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's dominant.
I know, but I disagree. I think you're dead wrong.
But that's
what
a different
I'm saying.
conversation.
It's not that clear. It's not that clear cut. I'm not taking anything away from Josh Allen, but I think we're diminishing what Patrick Mahomes has done over his career. He's got a cannon of an arm as well. He can run. He might not be able to run people over like Josh Allen. He makes great decisions. He wins games. Like
I'm not trashing Patrick Mahomes. I think he's an unbelievable football player.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the quarterback position. It's Josh Allen is the best in the league, and it's head and shoulders.
And that's where we disagree. It's not head and shoulders. I'm not saying he's not the best, but to say it's not close is crazy.
Ryan, your thoughts?
Back to Herbert. He's definitely in the top 12. We started listing, but
Well, I think I was actually trying to defend Jimmy. I think Jimmy's closer with top 5. I mean, this guy, he's got 2,200 passing yards in his first 6 seasons, and he's 144 TDs to 48 interceptions. Not a bad ratio. He's got a great completion percentage, but the problem is his win-loss record isn't great. It's 44 and 38, and it's because a lot of those losses were with Brandon Staley.
I don't discount the coaching, but he's had some serious talent around him. That's my problem with him. Somehow they had to figure that out.
But it's the same argument from a pure talent perspective. He can do it all, and he's got the wherewithal between the ears, right? That you can tell he can play the game. Even last year, Harbaugh didn't use him to his full potential. He really tried to play the J.J. McCarthy Michigan ground and pound, and now this year it's almost like he's overcompensating by having him throw the ball too much. They've got to find that happy medium. And I could be wrong. Maybe you're right, Ryan. Maybe he's got talent and he never reaches his potential. But I think he'll be top 5 in the next couple of years. Because to Greg's point, Brandon Staley's gone. He's got the right coaches. And he had a different coach his first year, did he not? What's his name? I think it was still there. Man, I don't remember the guy's name. But anyway, I think that's what's going to happen. And if he doesn't, I'm wrong, and he didn't live up to his potential. But if you look at his talent on the field, if Harbaugh is as good of a coach as we think he is, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback, I think, for sure. And you can knock the Dolphins for taking Tua. I get it. People make bad decisions all the time, right? But if it was me, I think the guy's legit. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Okay. I mean, I'm with you, Jimmy, on this one. I really am.
What's the score in the Sox game right now?
I don't want to talk about it, but did the Rams turn it over again? I saw they were driving, and now I see the Niners are driving.
I got it on here. Yeah.
I got commercial.
What the hell happened? Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cooked here, Jimmy. I was trying to be positive. I really was.
How did the Yankees go from like allowing facial hair after whatever 125 years or whatever the number is, to allowing someone to wear neon green armbands and like shoelaces? How's that a thing?
Shoelace?
Yeah, this guy, he's either shortstop or second base, is wearing neon green short like shoelaces and then like an armband on one and like a wristband on the other arm. He just made a play. I think he's the shortstop.
They've really gone to the other side there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Jimmy, I'll pass it to you because I know you got a strong opinion here. Kansas City, Jacksonville.
Yeah, and this is one that you and I disagree with, and you could be right on it. I just think Jacksonville's not good. I think watching them, I can't believe what their record is right now. I think they're a bad team. So it's not really a bet on Kansas City. It's a bet against the Jaguars. I don't see Jaguars going to 4-1 and KC dropping to 2-3. And I know the number is 3.5, so we could lose the bet and that not be true. But I think they go in and win. I don't think they win convincingly. I think they win by 9 or 10. I don't think it's a blowout, but I'm just not sold on Jacksonville. Like I don't know if you watch your boy Douche Thor down there. I mean, he's throwing bad balls still. I mean, Travis Etienne's really the big story there that he's playing well. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sell me on why Jacksonville is good enough to. I think your bet is actually the opposite. You just think Kansas City's terrible, which could also be true.
It's not even that I think they're terrible. It's more of a spot play for me. A Monday Night Football game at home. I think you're overestimating the talent of Kansas City, underestimating the talent of Jacksonville. I get that Jacksonville doesn't put it together much. Doesn't mean the talent's not there. It's a spot bet for me. I like Jacksonville at home getting 3.5 on Monday night. It's a pure spot play for me.
Yeah, which does make sense. I don't know. Jacksonville just seems to find a way to let us down in big spots. So it'd probably be KC or avoid for me. But I really do think Jacksonville is not a great team. I might consider putting KC just in a money line parlay because I think they win. Maybe Jacksonville keeps it close and only loses by a point or two. But yeah, I can't buy into this thing that after the first game, I'm like, Jacksonville's going to be god awful again this year. This is I can't believe they're 3-1. Like I can't figure out how they pulled it off.
What do you think, Ryan?
This is a tough one, man, because as much as like I can't stand Trevor Lawrence, I think he's a baller. I think he's got spirit, and I just, just like the nice, never not nice, want to work with people thing. Like I just think he's a good player and wants to win and is leading people well. I know the results over the couple of years haven't been amazing, but at the same point, on the other side of the coin, you got Mahomes, man. I mean, they've had a tough start to this year. You can't keep this guy down. I don't know how he's going to do it. Fly from the 20-yard line up in the air and go into the end zone on the other side. I don't know. But I'm with Jimmy. I'm an avoid or a Kansas City as long as the line stays around 3-4 at the most.
Yeah, they got Xavier Worthy back. I mean, he's not a world beater, but he's making a difference in that offense to help stretch the field. Hollywood Brown was kind of doing that, but when you saw Hollywood Brown catch the ball, he just wasn't big enough or didn't have that second move in him. Like, he's good, but he's not a number one. He's great as number two. So, they've got those guys back. They're generally healthy on offense. Both of the running backs, Pacheco and Hunt, are playing. I don't know. Maybe it's an avoid. Hey, maybe we continue to monitor and we figure out how we did it over the weekend and what we want to do on Monday, right? That's the beautiful part about that game. But I just can't see I don't know. I don't believe in Jacksonville.
I understand what you're saying. it's a spot bet for me. I think this is another one where everyone's going to bet Kansas City.
So you're
And
going to
they're gonna
get
be
some
shocked.
value. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I do. And I just think that the 3.5, that key number of 3.5 at home, it could be a field goal game. I'm going to take 3.5.
Yeah, and Greg's taught me a lot about Keno. I don't love the 3.5, right? So I get what he's saying. It does make sense. By the way, Mac Jones just got rocked.
Yeah,
Went down
and he's fucked up. His left knee's screwed.
Yeah. He's not walking real good right now.
I got the Niners at the 23.
Oh, he's really jacked. He just tried to do that handoff. It was no good.
Who's the Niners' third string quarterback? This guy,
no idea.
Was that the kicker?
Where are they on the field? You guys are watching.
10:21 left.
27. Yeah, 27-yard line, 2nd and 8. Just ran it down.
I'm 3rd and 3. I'm ahead of Jimmy in the fucking ghetto of Jersey.
Why can't the Rams stop him on defense?
I have no idea. You've got an injured Mac Jones and nobody on the outside, and they can't stop him.
This is getting absolutely ridiculous.
Fucking Rams. All right, what do we got next?
Oh my
Fantasy.
God! Right over the middle like butter. Just so easy. Sorry.
Yeah, you're ahead of me.
It's a dead loser, Jimmy. Sorry, dead loser. Who do you like fantasy this week? Any big fantasy takes, Jimmy?
I know this is contrary to what I just said, but I think AJ Brown's going to finally have a bounce back week. I mean, I think they're just going to feed him to keep him happy. They were anyway. It's not like he wasn't getting any run, but I think AJ Brown has a good week. I think from a running back perspective, I think Derrick Henry's not a bad play just because Baltimore is going to have to run the ball. Like they're going to have to give it to him. I think somebody to pick up that's still available in all leagues is Kareem Hunt. We just talked about it because I don't trust Pacheco to stay healthy all year long, and Kareem Hunt's still shown to be a valuable backup. So I think if you're looking to pick somebody up off the waivers, Kareem Hunt's still available in a lot of leagues. It's not a bad idea to consider putting him on your roster. And then for anybody that's playing a defense, I know I'm a homer here, but I'd play Cleveland's defense. I think they get after Carson Wentz. I think it's going to be a long day for him, and a lot of people drop them in their league. So if you have a fantasy league that has a defense, it's not a bad play. They can lose the game, but still have 3 turnovers and defensive score and score you a lot of points. I don't love leagues with defenses. I know Greg agrees with me, but most of our leagues still have them. So I would look out for Cleveland because I think you'll be able to find them. That is the majority of my takes here. What do you think, Greg?
From a fantasy standpoint, I'll give you this. I'll tell you, the risky ones for me is Darren Waller. I know you just got a 2 TD performance, but at best, I would use him as a streaming option till we see what he really is. It was his first game. I think, let's not get crazy here. I think Rashad White, again, I know Bucky Irving's out, but with that Seattle defense, they play the run and the running back very well. I think that's another risky one. Jamar Chase for me is still a must start. I know he hasn't put up big numbers, but eventually, no matter who's throwing the ball, just like Jefferson last year, he's going to have a couple big games. So I think you still got to start Jamar Chase. Olave, I think, has been solid, believe it or not, for the Saints. So I think you got to start him. He's been getting at least 10 fantasy points every game. So if you have him on your team, start him. And then Hunter Henry. I mean, this guy's been solid. And the Bills don't play the tight end very well. So I would play Hunter Henry at tight end. If you don't have him or if he's available, I don't think he would be. Pick him up and stream him in as tight end. Ryan, I think your tight end will have a big game.
I like it. I would also say, I know he just came back last week and he didn't have a great game, but I'd play Chris Godwin if you've got him. With Mike Evans out, Baker's going to throw the ball around the yard. Chris Godwin was one of the best slot-type receivers in the game before he got hurt. I think don't give up on him. He's going to put up a lot better performance even against Seattle's defense this weekend.
All right, we covered a lot, gentlemen, tonight. We covered a lot. We didn't get to Club 81, but we will next time. I promise you. All right, Ryan, any final words?
No, love the season. Love the fact that I can watch baseball now, and it's interesting. Excited.
Jimmy, what do you got for us? Close
it out. Our monster teaser for NFL. We've done pretty well on these this year. If you've followed us, you've made money on these. This week we're going Denver, Vegas, Texans, Bills for the monster teaser. Take the lines there.
All right. Everyone, I say it every week. Follow us on, I don't even know why I say X. Jimmy's never posted anything. Don't even worry about X. But follow us on Instagram at Who You Got 33. Jimmy's going to post some pics. He says he won't, but you'll at least get links to the shorts that I post. And do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe button after watching. We're going to tell you this, a few things here for me to close it out. There's nothing worse for me than the Red Sox getting eliminated by the Yankees. I wouldn't care if they got eliminated, but the fact that they get eliminated by the Yankees, just, God, it's going to ruin my weekend. That's one.
Dick.
2, I can't believe we're going to be out of Survivor because Jimmy said go all in on the Rams. Terrible job by Jimmy. 3rd, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL, and it's
Max
not close.
down. Max down,
And just
down. Sorry.
Good. And just go look at the rushing stats. This guy's 45 rushing touchdowns. He's thrown for a gabillion touchdowns. This guy is the best quarterback in football. I don't care what Jimmy tells us. It's not Patrick Mahomes. It's not close. It's Josh freaking Allen. Super Bowl this year. You heard it here first. I told you already. Lions, Bills, don't care who wins as long as it's those two teams. And remember, if you're playing Survivor, it's going to be over.
Done.